Wow, I'm just going to take it in first. Taking it in. I told my mom I made it. But I've learned so much tonight. Warren's been trying to get me here for 2 months now. He must have messaged me. I think it was Boxing Day. Yeah. And I just agreed. Didn't know what I was agreeing to. But what I did, I was so nervous. I watched every single video on YouTube on your channel.
Wow.
You might notice the extra views. So I watched every single video. I was like, okay, I will get inspired, but I have to also try and give something back through my story. Thank you for the introduction, by the way. She did mention that I have a social enterprise. It's called the LeNoir Foundation. So what we do is we fundraise for good causes around the world and local communities. And at the moment, Warren, at the moment, we have a special project we're working on. It's a child sponsorship program. And this one means a lot to me. It's really special to me because it's close to home. By that I mean, let me explain what I mean. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. When I was a child, about 7 years old, I came to this country with my mother as a refugee. So what happened was, I had already experienced 2 years of school in Africa. So when I came here, my first day of school, I remember I had the kickers on. I don't know if you know about kickers in school. Yeah, and the green label, and I showed up and so nervous. I didn't know what people will think of me. I'm that kid from Africa, and from what I had seen in Africa and what I was seeing now, it was abundance for me. It was like, what, you mean you don't have to share those books? And it was so much for me to take in one day. And wait, who has kids here?
Yeah.
Have any of your kids had to go to school without the proper uniform? Just what they had and they showed up? No? Figured. Right, so I had seen all that. Before I came here. I had seen kids show up without the shoes. Even if they did have shoes, they'll probably take them off lunchtime to play football because you didn't want to mess up those shoes. And so I had seen all that when I came here, and so much abundance, and the other kids at the school would like make fun of me and crack jokes. Ha, the kid from Oxfam. Pff, I didn't care because they didn't know that this was heaven to me. So all those jokes were like, okay, yeah, I'm the kid from Africa. Guess what? I'm in heaven. You're not. But the problem is, over the years, I kind of drifted from where I was from. My mother, she was so proud, she wouldn't dare to claim benefits, so she worked as many jobs as she could. So at one point it was 3 jobs. If she wasn't a carer, she was the canteen lady, So that also took a toll because she wasn't at home. And guess where I was? Out. So over the years, I got into a lot of trouble. It was a lot of trouble, but I would get out of it, and my mother, she wasn't firm. And I understand it's not easy for a single woman in this country as a refugee leaving school. She left school at 14, she claims, basic qualifications. And it wasn't easy for her to raise a teenager that's becoming a man. So it wasn't easy for her. She couldn't show me how to become a man. So I started seeking role models out there because there was none in the household. So I remember one particular incident. I got into trouble and I received a phone call from her. She said, "Jay, the police are here. They need you to go to police station for questioning." I was like, okay. And so I made my way straight to the police station. She beat me to it. She was there. As soon as the doors opened, she was there. I could hear her. She was like crying her eyes out. She was crying and you know, I read somewhere they said a mother cries 3 types of tears. It's tears of joy, tears of sorrow, and tears of shame. And when I walked in, she didn't say a word to me. I couldn't wait to get in the cell. No, because this is also a lesson for the guys as well. If a woman is angry at you and she doesn't say a word, you really fucked up. You really fucked up. So I remember that day clearly. She never said a word. All she was doing, she was sitting there just crying, and she wouldn't leave. She wouldn't leave until I was interviewed and I was released. And that, when a young man sees his mother cry, especially when you know what she sacrificed to be here, to give me the opportunity to be here and become something. She sacrificed her life so I can become something, and this is how I'm repaying her. It's a tough moment. That's life-changing. I remember that day clearly. I knew I had to take the steps into a journey, into a different direction. I knew I had to get myself educated and then give back, because I knew the people I left behind. I know 1,000 kids who would give anything to be in my position. Anything. So guys, when I'm out there fundraising with a bucket and you avoid eye contact, or I'm out there running marathons or cycling London to Brighton, it's not because I've seen an advert on TV. It's not because I read it somewhere that there's people that need help out there. It's because I've lived it. I've seen it. I've felt it. It's not easy. I lost. I got dry eyes. Okay. I know. Because I can't stand here and say, I know exactly the difference I've been making or we've been making in their lives. I can't stand and say, but what I know, actually, what I guarantee is we have changed their belief about people caring. There's now a belief of a better day. You know, there's now hope. There's now hope in difficulty, hope in uncertainty. And they've just by helping them, they have taken that first footstep to their journey into a new direction to become self-sufficient, and hopefully one day we'll break that cycle. Sorry. You know, I spoke at Warren's Thriller Screen Academy, and I was telling people my moment when I met Martin Luther King Jr. III. I was so blown away. I had never met like a male black role model face to face, and this guy, you could feel him walk in the room. You know, I'm not saying he's, but you could feel him. There was something about him, and I remember when I spoke to him, I asked him, what does it take to be so great? What does it take to be great like your father, like yourself? And he looked at me dead in the eye. He just grabbed me by the shoulder, grabbed me like this, looked me dead in the eye and said, son, you too can be great. But it's up to you. It's up to me. It's up to me to make that change. So this foundation is my why. It's why I wake up in the morning. It's why I beat the alarm clock. I just say it for fun. Yeah. I'm like, oh, you only going off now? Yeah, I say it for fun. This foundation is a why. So that's why I speak about it with so much passion, and my friends think I'm crazy, you know. I speak and do things with so much passion so that I know how many kids out there would love to be here. So guys, my 10 minutes is up. What I want to leave you with is what events in your life that you can use to inspire hope in this world. Thank you very much. My name's Jay.